Hello, my name's Hemingway Jones. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'd like to talk about a viral notebook / journal that I have seen all over the internet. I keep getting ads for it. I think if you click on something, it never leaves you alone. But I've seen it on TikTok, I've seen it on Instagram, I've even seen it on Facebook. And it is the Cagie journals. Have you seen those? So these go for around $12. They're available on Amazon. I have a link in the description and it does help the channel. But let's set all that aside because I want to tell you this story. So I saw it specifically on TikTok and a lot of people were saying really good things about it. It got me really curious. I started wondering whether or not they were actually worth it. Maybe it was a hidden gem. Because if you recall, I'm always looking for journals that have nice paper that can hold up to fountain pens, especially those in that pocket size that would compete head to head with a notebook like a Moleskine hardcover journal. And these seem to fit the bill. And also, I kind of like the cover. I thought it was interesting. I personally can't quite place the iconography, but it is interesting. At least it's not just a sort of boring flat cover. So I thought I would go through these and give you a more detailed idea of how it is. And I thought I have a selection of pens here of different widths from fine all the way up to broad. We can see if it really does hold up to the rigors of writing with a fountain pen. And if you're not a fountain pen user and you want to try these regardless, well, if it holds up to this, it'll certainly hold up to any other kind of pen. So I thought it'd be fun to go through them. So what do you get for your $12? Well, you get 3 journals in 3 different colors. I really like the brown. I think it's my favorite because you can see the cover better. And that's kind of huge to me. I also like the blue. It's a very pretty sort of, I guess, kind of royal blue. Can we go with that? Why not? And the black, which is very classic. It's the one I've done my writing in, but there's a lot of things to point out. I don't know, can you tell it was made in China? I mean, these are from China. That's how you get that kind of value. To have a notebook this inexpensive for, $4. It's really not bad. And what do you get? Let me kind of tell you the stats. So it's an A6 size. It's a little over 4 inches by about 5.5. So a really nice size. It slips in your jeans pockets, easy to carry around. They do plainly state that it's fake leather. It's well done though. It feels a bit rubberized. So it should be durable enough. It certainly has held up for about the week or so I've been torturing it. So that's a good sign. The edges, they're not gilt. They're done in sort of brown. Very classic. They're all like this, which is very nice. There is a bookmark, which is very handy. Ribbon style bookmark. Always like those. I do use these. When you're first starting out, it's not as consequential, but as you get into the book, it's quite nice to know where your spot is. It also has some nice touches like on the top, it says date, and it says notes over here. I'm not sure why it needs to be repeated notes. You can kind of take that for granted, don't you think? But the date's nice enough, I guess. I pretty much ignore that. I might write the date up there. No pocket. Seems bound to the cover nicely enough. Now, one of the things I did notice is that the cover fits very nicely, but the first page was a little awkward. You see it sort of goes with the cover. You see that? So it pulls it, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. Kind of made me not want to write on the first page, but I did. And you see, I shut it before it dried completely. It was pretty classic me. And a nice stamp of what I was writing here, which is the Mark Antony speech from Julius Caesar. So, some of the writing I've done. You see, I've taken some notes. I've used it a bit. I'd like to use it a bit more today. Now, one of the things I do want to check is Is that first page like it in all of these? Does it continually do it? It does. See what I mean? See how it's sort of bound here? Now, you can just sort of fold it flat and use it. You could use it as a title page and then go right to here, but this one is sort of awkwardly there. If that sort of thing bothers you, then keep it in mind. It does bother me, to be honest, a little bit. It violates my sense of order. And it might have been better served with a sort of blank page here, but whatever, $4. I'm not gonna hold it against it too terribly much. For paper, it's 100 grams per square meter. Now, that's pretty hefty paper, and it should hold up to all sorts of fountain pens. This is pretty robust, this page, very thick. Once again, yeah, a few millimeters it's glued here, so keep that in mind. So 100 grams per square meter paper. Nice finish, a bit of texture. It's not Rhodia smooth. It's not an ice rink. It has a bit of texture, but that's not bad, is it? It'll give it a nice scribing noise when you write. So one of these is going to my daughter, by the way, but I've been writing in the black, so let's continue with that. Let me show you what I've done so far. So this was written a few days back, and you can see the paper's very nice. So I have a very bright light here, so it's going to pick up the ghosting. And you can see there's a little bit, but there's absolutely no bleed through, which is nice. Pretty nice, huh? So really, you know, $4, not bad. I don't mind seeing a little bit of writing through there. When I look with the naked eye and not through the camera, I can see through the page that there's writing on the other side. I can't read it, it's in slanty cursive anyway, but I can definitely see that it's there. Mostly depending on the inks. The blues are much more vivid. This is the Blanc Sepia from Platinum, by the way. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice color? But it's not as obvious. Not nearly at all. See here, I can hardly see through. This is Namiki Black, which looks pretty nice. And kind of my loopy cursive there. But you can see there's really no bleed through here. There's not too much going on, but we should give it a challenge, shouldn't we? So what would be a challenge? Well, this is a challenge. This is a pelican bold. So a pelican bold is like a bold on steroids. It's a bold with a monstrous feed. It's a bold with a cascade of ink. So let's see how that does and whether or not it bleeds through in any way. I haven't quite tested it to this level. By the way, this is coffee scented ink, so very nice. Nice scribing noise. Very nice, actually. The texture does give it that nice noise. I love this pen. I love that it's blacked out. It just gives it this really cool look. I don't know, something edgier about it. All right. So these lines are 8 millimeters tall. So it's pretty tall, to be honest. You don't get that much information on a page. So I believe there's 240 pages. So what do we have? A little bit there, right? A little bit of, I don't know, call that like ghosting plus, maybe slash bleed through. I kind of want to sacrifice a page. I hate to put too much ink, but let's see. I just feel like we should all know. We should all know what we're getting. So I am doing full wide, sort of holding it. Oh yeah. I'm writing kind of nonsense here, but I do want to see what it does. I'll give it a minute to soak through or not. Now, remember, this is Pelican Bold. You know, it's really not that bad at all. So you can see it a little. I'm going to say that there is a bit of bleed through with the Bold. But with a medium, not so much. This is a fine, Mont Blanc fine with Midnight Blue ink. Oh, you know what? It's not Midnight Blue. I changed it. It's Egyptian Blue. And it also has kind of that Mont Blanc flow to it, that super smoothness, especially since this one's been worked by Kirk Spear. So this is more like normal writing, more like what you would sort of run into on a regular day. Okay. I like writing with this pen, I'll be honest. I feel like it's too expensive for what you get, but the experience is really nice. You get a nice noise too. Yeah. Well, let's see how it does. Let's finish the thought. Okay. Still smell the coffee scented ink. I put so much down, but let's see. Yeah, see here, very tame. You had nothing. So you get a little tiny bit with me like laying into it. Full on Pelican ink, you know. Ink flow, maximum nib at its widest, especially here, which is kind of where you see it the least. For some reason, it's your full stops that always seem to bleed through when there is some. Seems like there's a touch right there. Right there. No, actually not. Because those, oh no, that's just me. That's me putting dots because it doesn't correspond to anything in the back. So don't look at that. This is though, right? Where is that? Here. Yeah, right at the end of that word. So it can happen, but it generally doesn't. Here's a medium Pilot Custom Urushi. Let's see how it does. This is Konpeki ink. Wow, Konpeki's really pretty. This one writes so well. Great noise. Great give. Okay, so we got Konpeki ink just leaping off the page. Look at that. How did it do? Yeah, see? Flawless. Flawless victory there. That looks pretty good. So, I don't know, for me and my choice, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. For $4 to get this much page, I guess the one question that I have, the mark there, probably from me carrying it. The one question I have is the sort of durability over time, because I have had it only a few weeks, and has an interesting story too, quickly. I saw it on TikTok and I commented and I asked whether or not it was any good for fountain pens. And I didn't hear anything for months, and I don't think anyone responded to my comment, so I sort of felt dejected. But one day I had a message in my inbox. I think it was in my inbox. Maybe they responded to the comment, and they said, would you like to try it? We'll send you a 3-pack for free and you can try it. And I'm a adventurous sort of fellow, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I'll have to say, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, this is miles ahead of Moleskine that costs, geez, 5-6 times plus more for $4. Well, I guess you really have to say $12, because I don't think they sell them separately. And this, of course, in US prices right now, subject to change, but not a bad product. That's really pretty, huh? I'm starting to really, the blue is starting to really grow on me. And the brown just looks really classic. So, Cagie, kind of impressed, kind of surprised. Held up pretty good to the Pelican. So if it holds up to Pelican, it can hold up to pretty much anything. And I guess that's kind of a bombshell. It's rare, I think, when you see something online and it's not a ripoff. There's so many times when things are terribly disappointing. In this case, it does what it says it does. And these aren't specifically made for fountain pens. I think it's just an added bonus that they're good enough to hold up on their own. So I'm kind of impressed. I'll have to say, Cagie, you impress me. And that's not easy. I wouldn't mind excoriating you. It's more fun. I will say that first page is annoying. They should fix that. But that's not the end of the world. And something like this, it's really designed for notes. So, Cagie, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've seen these. I'd love to hear it. And if you've reached this point in the video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you on this journey with me. From a pen, we go to some amazing places. And there's also membership available. So if you want to help the channel even more, consider becoming a member. Get your name at the end credits, and you can join the Pen Pal group for Cognoscenti and Illuminati members. So I make new videos all the time, sometimes spontaneously like this one. So I can promise you we will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care, and thanks for watching.